Welcome to the latest Papal Profiles. What happens when a revolution takes on the power of the Catholic Church? Emperors crown themselves, and popes are marched away in chains. This isn't fiction. It's the story of two popes caught in the storm of the French Revolution and Napoleon's rise. Buckle up. This episode of Papal Profiles isn't just history. It's power politics, divine drama, and the slow collapse of papal sovereignty. France, 1789. The Bastille falls, and the old order begins to unravel. By August, the revolutionary government decrees the dismantling of centuries of church power, abolishing tithes, nationalizing church lands, and dissolving monasteries. The civil constitution of the clergy follows in 1790, turning priests into government employees and cutting the Pope out of appointing bishops in France. Pope Pius VI? Not impressed. In 1791, he condemns the revolution outright, both the new constitution and the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen, seeing these rights not as liberty but as heresy wrapped in nationalism. Fast forward to 1796. Napoleon storms into Italy. A year later, the French enter Rome and demand the Pope surrender his secular power. Pius VI refuses. He's arrested, exiled, and dies in captivity in 1799. The Roman Republic did not last long, as the Kingdom of Naples launched an invasion a month after Pius died, forcing a French retreat from Rome, but ultimately losing to the French in June 1800. When Pius VII was finally elected in March 1800 and entered Rome by July, Napoleon did not object. Pius VII signs the Concordat of 1801 with Napoleon. It's a compromise. Catholicism is back, but not as the state religion. The Pope can't appoint bishops, but he can fire them. The Church gives up its claims to its lands in return for being named the majority but not state religion. But Napoleon's not done. Jump to 1804. Pius VII attends Napoleon's coronation in Paris with the expectation that the Pope will crown the emperor. But in a stunning move, Napoleon crowns himself, catching Pius off guard. The message is clear. Napoleon answers to no one, not even Rome. Tensions escalate. By 1806, Napoleon tells Pius he's only a spiritual leader and reminds him that the Papal States exist thanks only to the gift of the Carolingian kings. If the Pope doesn't play ball, Napoleon threatens to reduce him to what popes were before Charlemagne, political pawns of the ruling dynasty with no secular power. Pius refuses. Napoleon begins annexing parts of the Papal States. The Pope, in protest, refused to invest the bishops the French tried to appoint. February 1808. French troops enter Rome. Castel Sant'Angelo is occupied. By May 1809, Napoleon annexes the city outright. He issues a decree from Vienna proclaiming that Rome is to return to its ancient imperial glory after, quote, centuries of oblivion, a direct slap at papal rule. Pius VII responds with a bull of excommunication, not naming Napoleon, but making it clear who's in his sights. Napoleon doesn't flinch. He orders the Pope's arrest. Once again, a Pope is taken from Rome in chains. 6 years pass. Napoleon falls. In 1814, Pius VII returns to Rome. He doesn't punish those who sided with Napoleon. Instead, he quietly keeps many of the reforms, including parts of the Napoleonic Code. Pope versus Emperor, Church versus Revolution. These two pontiffs fought to preserve the papacy's power, but they couldn't stop the tide of modernity. Within a few decades, the Papal States would vanish forever. But that's a story for another video. Thanks for watching. Please check out the other videos on my channel if history is your thing, and see you next time.